Hello friends, how are you guys doing this week? I'm doing well. We're still in our Sundays, we're back in our Sunday school classroom doing our regular Sunday school thing today, except that we had on masks. We only had one little today, but he had a good time. I think he enjoyed it. Today's craft, this is kind of an easy one, but I think it's a fun one. Here's what you need. You need one piece of pink paper and then a piece of yellow paper, and it doesn't have to be a big piece, it can just be a scrap. You need 2 straws, drinking straws. These are pink. You need 1 of these little brads. They're the ones that you like stick in a hole, and then there's 2 pieces on the back that kind of fold back. You need glue. I don't have my giant thing of glue, but I do have a little bit of glue. You only need a little bit. I have a hole punch. I have a pen. I have safety scissors. And googly eyes, because Mr. Judson does love a googly eye craft. Can you guys guess what we're making this week? Did anybody guess popsicles? Did anyone guess pineapples? If you guessed pineapples, I don't know where you're getting pineapples, but that would have been a good guess because I went down a rabbit hole with some pineapples this week. But that is not what we are doing. What we are doing is a pink flamingo. And we had a lot of fun with these today. So I will show you how we did it. You take the piece of pink construction paper. You take a hand. Probably you should use your hand. Or maybe ask a brother or sister. But don't take anyone's hand without asking. Put it down on the piece of paper. You want to trace your fingers. We've done this before, I think. We did one of the bunnies that we did. We traced our hand like this, and it made like a little bunny face. Do you guys remember that? My Sunday school class, we made angel wings like this. One of my kids drew their hand with an extra finger. So it was like a 6-fingered angel wing. This is a really big hand because Mr. Judson has it. So it's going to be much larger flamingo than this one. Then you just cut it out using your safety scissors, because safety comes first. You don't want to hurt yourself. You don't want to hurt anyone else. And while I am cutting, I was thinking about this today. You may not know this, but in July, this is July, by the way, in July, in Sunday school, all of the children who are finished with kindergarten and going to 1st grade at the end of summer, they get to go ahead and move up into the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd grade Sunday school class. I have a piece of hair in my mouth. And that happens in July. So all of the children that were in our Sunday school class from when they were 3, and then 4, and then 5, and then some of them are even 6, now they're moving into a different Sunday school class. And you would think maybe they are sad, maybe they are a little nervous about the new Sunday school class, maybe they do not want to leave Mr. Judson and Miss Kathleen. No, that is not what happens at all. The very first day that those children go into Miss Susan's Sunday school class, they do not look back. They do not worry about Mr. Judson. They do not miss Miss Kathleen. They're like, Mr. Judson, I don't know him. Who he? I don't know. They just move on. Now, the little kids, the ones that come from the nursery, see, that's the other thing, is that we lose all of our 1st graders, but then we get all of the littles that come from the nursery that are age 3. And sometimes we get them a little bit younger than that. I think this time around we're going to get one that's a little bit younger. Because otherwise she'd be by herself. And here's usually what happens. The kids that we have had for a long time, who know how the classroom works, who are used to following the rules, some of them are reading, some of them are almost reading, they can remember the lessons from last week, they move on. And then we get little kids who have not been in here before, they have been in the nursery, they do not know what is going on, and they're in here with kids that are a little bit older than them. And sometimes the littles are scared of that, or scared isn't a good word, they're nervous about it, because they liked being in the nursery. Miss Rox and Miss Trisha were very friendly and took good care of them. And then they come over here and maybe they're like, I do not know Miss Kathleen. Although most of them, they know us from Wednesday night. But anyway, it can be a little bit scary. And sometimes, like when we're doing the activities or we're doing crafts, we'll say, now we're going to sit down and do this craft. And the littles will tell us, I cannot do that. I do not know how. I'm too little. And I get that. I understand that. When you are in a new environment and you are exposed to new things that you are not used to doing, it can be intimidating. It can be a little bit frightening. And, and it's true. Maybe you don't know how to do the activity. Maybe when you do the activity or you do the project, you will mess it completely up. That's okay. The message that I want you to hear is that it is okay if you try something and you fail. When you are trying something new that you have not done before, it is learning. That is how you learn to do things. My son Matthew is learning how to be a chef. He works in a restaurant and he practices with his mama and he practices with his grandpa. And 85% of the time when he tries something, it comes out good. But sometimes he tries things and they don't turn out so good. He probably will get mad at me for saying this. At Thanksgiving, he made, thanks for taking, he made sweet potato biscuits. He makes really good sweet potato biscuits. Like really good sweet potato biscuits. He made them for this big feast day that we have in November. They were a disaster. They did not taste good. They were better left not talked about. It is okay when you fail, because that is learning. Whatever mistake he made, he will not make that mistake the next time. It happens. The other thing is, if you try something, especially my littles in Sunday school, if you are trying something you haven't done before, don't worry. I will help you. We do not expect children to just try something new and do it perfect the first time. Maybe you are especially gifted and you try something and it is perfect the first time. Like Miss Kathleen, that is how she was as a child. But that is not how Mr. Judson was. Mr. Judson tried and failed a lot. Mr. Judson still makes mistakes. You guys saw when we did the string art, the rainbow, when I showed you the flowers that I did, they did not look like flowers. No. Luckily, the rainbow turned out good, but the flowers did not turn out good. Anyway, so it is okay if you fail. And I'm here to help you. There are people in your life that are here to help you. When you are struggling, when you are trying new things and maybe they're not going the way you want, there's people here to help you. So we have the hand. This is the body of the bird. Now we need a neck. And so what I did is I just took the paper and kind of cut a curvy line. Curvy lines are easier than straight lines because people always say, oh, I can't draw a straight line. That's true. Straight lines are hard if you don't have a ruler. But curvy lines, anybody can draw a crooked line. You just try and draw a straight line and then what you get is a crooked line. So I am hoping, it's kind of an S shape, but kind of not. I don't want it to look like a dinosaur. See, just cut out a shape like that. Does that look like a dinosaur, or does that maybe look like a flamingo? Let's hope it looks like a flamingo. Okay. And then we're going to attach it to the hand, kind of where the thumb is. Or we could just do it, put the thumb kind of over. What do you think, Miss Kathleen? Like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a really big flamingo.
Or better like that?
The other way.
All right, so then you take a little bit of glue, not a lot of glue. Now, if we needed a lot of glue, I have a lot of glue. That giant, like, gallon of glue. So we're just gonna attach this. And here's the thing about the glue. It does have to dry, but it usually dries pretty quick. And then, this is where the yellow scrap paper comes in. You just need a little piece, and you're gonna cut a nose. And basically what I did is I just folded a piece in half, and then, you know how you make a heart where you kind of cut like a little teardrop shape on the side of the paper, and then you open it up, and it's a kind of a heart. This is kind of a wonky heart. I did like that, but then I just cut it in half. And that is how I made my nose for my beak for that one. But that kind of, this is a wonky one, so I'm gonna make a little, ooh, that's really, see? Sometimes when I try things, they don't turn out the way I intended. That's better. Okay, so I cut it out. It kind of looks like a teardrop. Do you guys see that? You could also just do a triangle. That's the other thing, is I kind of made it a little bit rounded, but you could have done a triangle. I'm taking just a little bit of glue and putting it on here. Oops. That's probably more glue than we needed. Here. Put some on here. I'll use that here in a minute. Okay. And then, can you guys see this? You just kind of glue it right there to the face of the bird, and then you have like a beak. And then the next step, my favorite part, is googly eyes. We want a really big googly eye, or kind of a medium googly eye, or a little googly eye.
A medium googly eye.
I do have this really giant one. It would be like a Norma Desmond flamingo. You guys don't know who that is. The Miss Dulong. Also, probably you don't know who that is. But so I'm going to use just a little bit of glue off of here, the little extra glue. And I say those things like with love and respect. And just glue it to the paper and it'll dry. And then, dun dun dun, now is the legs. Because what would a flamingo be without legs? A pink duck. Did you know that flamingos, when they are born, are not pink? They are not. They turn pink. They're white. They turn pink from eating pink shrimp. The color of shrimp that they eat, their diet is why they are pink. So if you live in Florida and eat pink shrimp, maybe you will have pink hair. I don't know. It could happen. All right. So I took these two straws. These are pink straws because we're lucky like that. And I just kind of smushed them on the ends so that they're a little bit flat. And now I'm taking my hole punch. Hopefully your parents have a hole punch at home. Always ask, remember, like, don't just help yourself. I don't want parents coming looking for me. And then you just, maybe you get your parents to help you with this part. Punch a hole, see? I punched a hole in the straw. And then we are going to, I have glue on my hands now. And I did not get a baby wipe because I wasn't painting today. We're gonna punch a hole in the second one. Bum, bum, bum. And then we're going back to the flamingo, and down here we're going to punch a hole there, just like that. And then I'm going to cut one of these just a little bit shorter. Whoops. Because when you see flamingos, it never looks like their legs are the same. It oftentimes looks like the one flamingo's like knee is bending backwards. Did you know that that is not really true? That it's not the flamingo's knee. Flamingos stand on their tiptoes, so that part that is bending the wrong way is their ankle. And that's the way that your ankle bends. The backwards way. Their knee is like really up like here under their body. You usually don't see it. All right, so we get the little brad like this. We're going to stick it in the hole right here, just like that. Can you guys see it here on the back side? And then you take your 2 straws and you put one like that, and then the other one like that. And then, because it is a brad, you fold down one of the pieces to one side and the other piece to the other side, just like that. You guys see that? And that will hold it in place. Now, when you put it back like this, it looks like a flamingo. Now, if you were really clever, you could figure a way to, make the part that we cut off bend the other way. But I'm not that clever, so we're just gonna have this wonky flamingo. And what I like about the flamingo, I like that the legs move, and of course I like the googly eye. I like the straws because you can stick them into things. My Paul has a succulent plant at home named George, and he's in a pot with dirt, and I am planning on sticking this flamingo in George's pot so that when Paul gets home from work, he will be surprised to have a pink flamingo hanging out with George.
About the other one?
And I might do the same with this, or Miss Kathleen has a plant, a smaller plant. I don't think it has a name. It is not a succulent either.
The bamboo?
It's a bamboo.
His name is just in case.
Oh.
Or just because.
The bamboo's name is Just Because. So I have these 2 pink flamingos that I'm gonna take home and stick in pots. And remember what I said. It's okay if you try something the first time and fail. And I'm here to help you. This morning I helped my littles, my one little that was here. Next week I will be helping whatever littles are here. That's just a good way to be. I love you guys. I hope that you have a good week. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your parents. Make good choices. And we'll see you soon.